Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Somebody Said TV. I am one of your hosts and moderator, Kathia, girl mom, career and lifestyle coach, and everybody's best friend. And I'm going to pass it to Jena.
Good evening, everyone. Glad to see everybody back. I am Jena. I am also known as Overdressed RVA, boy, mom, and creative director and influencer.
I'm Corey Boone. I'm Corey W. on Instagram. And today is Happy Lesbian Day. So I just want to give a shout out to all the lesbians.
Oh, all right.
Things, yeah.
Come on now. I am Shalena. I'm also known as Dr. Hurt sometimes, and I'm the resident Philly Joan on the show.
Ow. Well, today we have a fun show for you all. We're going to get into some breaking news, some politics, and our fun segments. But I have to start off the day, and it's my mama's birthday, y'all. So, happy birthday to Mama Jen.
Happy birthday, Mama.
Happy birthday, Mom.
And Ali, if you're watching, happy birthday too. If we have any Libras in the house, go ahead and check in.
Come on.
Yes. Shout out to all the Libras.
I'm a boy mom, my baby.
Oh, yes. Channing Bush is coming up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my baby last baby is 7. So his birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday to my baby.
Wow. Is he doing the 7.5 or 7 1/4 or 7 1/3 thing? Is he ramping it up or yeah?
No, my child has never been 27 months or whatever other people do. Absolutely not. He's got a birthday. It goes quadruple. It's fine.
Well, in the spirit of Libra women, I have somebody's daughter for you all, and this is when we call out those who are slaying the scene, and the rest of us just gonna have to deal. So for today's somebody's daughter, some people might say it's somebody's auntie or mom at this point, but we have Nicole Ari Parker.
Come on, Nicole. Come on, soul food.
So this Libra woman just turned 50 today.
Oh,
wow.
50-year-olds are slaying, okay?
Yeah, that's a 50-year-old boy.
The shade of it all.
That's a 50-year-old bullet girl. Go on, get it.
I love it. I let her see it.
I mean, amazing.
Too, that her husband actually posted this picture. They're a beautiful couple.
Beautiful,
unproblematic.
Yep, super unproblematic.
Yeah,
you'll never hear nothing about them.
No, and I didn't get a chance to meet them when they were in my town, but they seem to be very, very sweet people. They seem to be very genuine, down to earth.
Somebody said they trying to look like this at 36. Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
she bad.
She
absolutely. Well, that's our Libra love. But if we're going to talk about the Libras, we cannot forget our very own Corey Boone. So our next show is actually after his birthday, but Corey's birthday is October 18th, and he said he take Cash App, Apple Pay, PayPal. So if you feel like celebrating, go on and hit him up.
I'll let you.
Any way I can get it. Let me stop.
Anyway you can get it.
No, thank you. That was sweet. Thank you. I am turning 35. I'm very excited about that.
Yes, 35.
Very well. You know, I can't wait to turn 40. So I've been looking for that year for a long time. So yeah, we're just getting slowly there as we go along. Yeah.
I love how we're embracing this older age thing. I always think it's strange when people don't like their birthdays or don't like to get older. I know everybody has their own reasons, but I posted a meme not too long ago. The 30s is lit. I got money to look better. I'm established. I'm here for it. Give me 35, 36, 37, 38. Give it to me. I'm ready.
I totally agree. And the way I see it, either you get older or you die. It's just the reality of it. Each year, that's a blessing. Everybody don't make it.
Absolutely.
So true.
Yeah, you're gonna be older a lot longer than you're gonna be younger, so you better start to embrace it.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, thank you for not posting my booty picture as somebody. I appreciate that.
With that window on that.
Y'all, I was bird watching. I promise you. But
Right.
I bet.
It's good to have my live face. Yeah.
I can't wait to be.
Listen, Kelly, I'm here for it. Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Here for it.
Our people are feeling the 30s and so on.
Yes. Yes.
Let's go ahead and get into this show. So, friends, we have some breaking news for you all. Shalena just hit us with the update, and we were prepping.
Soon as we was prepping, got that alert. They didn't got Tory, y'all. They didn't charge them. So straight in from the Billboard news, from the TMZ, they saying LA District Attorney, they didn't charge this. They didn't charge this man for Meg. Okay, he was charged with a felony count, assault with a semi-automatic firearm, personal use of a firearm, carrying a loaded unregistered gun, all the charges. Okay,
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but I'm just saying all these charges. Let's get into it. So the assault, the weapon, he's finally being held accountable. What y'all think?
Yeah, I want to jump in because I think, Jena, what your point was about, do we have more charges related to his assault of Megan? And I just wanted to clarify that.
Basically, what I thought was the charges sound valid. They sound like they fit the situation and the incident that took place to an extent, but there's a part of me that feels like there are laws that are already in place that have been implemented, passed, and exercised, and for a long, long time that speak more to minority violence, in my opinion. I didn't even know that there was a law against having an unregistered firearm in a vehicle. Like, what difference does it make where it is? To me, that screams like drive-by or something to that effect. So it just seems to me like there's basically what it sounds like to me. Not to say that they're unwarranted, that they're not needed, that they're targeting, but it just seems like if you can have those in place to hold people accountable for their actions when they break the law, why aren't there laws against other things that people don't make it back from? Like laying in their bed asleep in their home.
Yeah.
That part, yes.
The TMZ article says that he allegedly inflicted great bodily injury, and I wonder if that is tied in any way to, like, once Megan makes an official statement and says she wants to press charges, then that charge could stick. But to your point, it's always a lot of red tape with these types of things, but I hope he is held accountable and charged for everything that happened on that night. So
yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that he definitely put some people in danger. He definitely assaulted people. You know, there definitely was some violence there that he committed against other people, and he does need to be held accountable. I think that there's different conversations about what accountability looks like, especially, you know, when you're talking about relations with Black community and the police. But I tell you, it is truly something else. That's a really good question, Kelly. What took so long? I mean, I think as we were all watching Megan do this very cautious tiptoeing around the situation in a way to protect Tory, and to not bring it up until Tory and his people started to, like, throw her under the bus. I understand. She had to, like, defend herself and actually come out with more truth. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, somebody did say that they heard it here first.
Okay, listen. We are here for it. This is why we're here for SSTV.
We just try to keep y'all in the know.
And now you know.
But yeah, it looks like
Tory going to jail before Breonna Taylor's killers, but that's fine.
Well, somebody said he's staying in Canada, so there's that.
I'm wondering if that's what took so long. Him running up to Canada My thing is, he had all this mouth when he was, running around going for Drake, and he was this big thug. He run around with Meek and them like you was big bad Tory, and now where you at, Tory?
Tory was never big.
In physicality, he was not big, but he put on a lot. So where all that mouth at now, Tory? Where you at now, Tory?
It's a really good question. First of all, I'm sorry, Jena. Oh, okay. First of all, the birthday mom is in the building.
I know, right? I just saw that.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Happy birthday, love.
Happy birthday.
Gotta love the Libras. So going back a little bit, I think the question is also, at what point does he just lose his career? I'm trying to figure that out. Like, I know we have these conversations about counseling and all that, but like, I think he took a bit of a hit, but I also understand that there are a lot of people who are still kind of rocking with him. Is that true?
Absolutely. I cannot tell you the countless posts that I've seen of people listening to his new album, and they've decided whatever he sung or rap about that's the truth.
Okay.
Even posting shooting Meg.
What Monique said about putting stuff on the shelf, I'm put Tory and Robert Kelly on the same shelf outside and set it on fire and watch it burn. Thank you very much.
I tell you.
Yes. And did y'all see Meg? Did anybody else watch SNL and see Meg's performance and her message about Black women being disrespected and standing up? So yes, girl, we hear you, we see you. And he going to jail. Tory going to jail, y'all. We gonna speak it.
Well,
up to 22 years and 8 months.
To your point about that performance, somebody is actually mad about that, but we're going to get into him later.
Ooh.
Right now, it is time for Corey's political check-in.
Yes.
Corey will give us the top 3 things that we're going to talk about or need to know or focus on right now.
Yeah, let me tell you, everybody is talking about the daily announcements of people at the White House getting coming up positive with COVID-19. Literally, they said that there is a skeleton crew at the White House, not literally, but at the White House, because of the fact that a lot of people have COVID. I should be laughing because it's a serious topic, but it's absolutely ridiculous that this person wanted to go around acting as if, COVID wasn't a thing. And he himself gets gets the virus and has a lot to deal with. But I want to bring up something today here. I've been hearing a lot of rumors that people do not believe he actually had COVID, and I'm trying to figure that out. Like, he definitely had COVID.
He had COVID.
Listen,
I don't think he did either.
I definitely think he had COVID.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't even care.
It don't even matter. It really don't.
But no, I've heard a lot of people don't think that he has it either. There's this thing about an October surprise, and I was actually surprised. Like, Kelly Rowland was the first person that I saw like tweet something about it. I'm like, you don't even do this. Like, I was surprised that she was just saying that how she didn't believe it, and this was something to throw off the election or the process or whatnot. So I want to know, listen, co-host, do y'all believe it? Who here thinks that this whole thing with Trump and COVID is a lie?
Yeah, and while they are chiming in, please tell us what you think. I will say that they have almost over 20 people that are connected as top advisors to the president that have caught COVID. And that also includes, so I'm sure there's probably over 20, they're probably not included in that count, a lot of staff members that are non-political employees of the White House who are just there all the time. These are families. A lot of Black families have had these White House jobs for decades. And a lot of them have also caught COVID. And the sad part about it is I understand that a lot of them are not hearing from their supervisors about what to do, and but they're also being told not to talk about it. So there is this weird thing going on where, in a way, Trump is trying to act like he doesn't have it and trying to like tamper it down. But the video that I saw, what was that, Monday night or Tuesday night when he finally got back to the White House, he was struggling breathing. Like this man was.
Does not look well. He never looks well, but he really don't look well now. Like,
yeah, like when it first dropped, I'm gonna be the first to admit I was like, this is bull. I don't think that he has it. And then, like Corey said, with like different staff members and people actually in the White House contracting it and told to be quiet about it in X, Y, and Z, and then he comes out with this, like comes out on the balcony like Evita and rips his mask off. Like everything is fine. Like it was. I feel like my mind is being changed, but I also feel like whatever it is for, it is not. We don't know about. We know about it, but it's not because we're supposed to be an informed public. It's for something else.
Yeah, like people think that this has to do with the drugs that they're developing, and that somehow he'll be able to push a very specific product. Some people think that it has to do with the campaign. Biden recently mentioned that he was going to drop some of the negative ads. Yeah. So we do have our peoples are chiming in, and I think everybody is just kind of like, is it or is it ain't? So Jamila says, I was on the fence until all of the lies surrounding it came out.
Mm-hmm.
We aren't going to talk about him having a rally next week, exposing people who can't afford and won't get the top-notch care he receives of government. You know, thank you so much, Anita, for saying that. That is true. He is trying to plan a rally coming up, and they are talking about the fact that there was an event at the White House. So to connect to Jena's sweatshirt, there was an event to talk about his new nomination of Judge Barrett to be Justice Barrett on the Supreme Court. And they are saying that because of the inside and outside events at the White House, they were super spreader events, which is probably going to be the case for that. And I know we're going to talk about the debates very, very soon, but I just wanted to mention that it has come out that he does not want to do the debates next week because the commission came out of virtual because he still has COVID. So it's just all of an issue. And honestly, what we know for sure is whether he actually has it or not, he is going to use it to his advantage to be able to spur what he wants to spur. Like, that's just going to be absolutely at the front of it. So I think he does, but I guess, you know, many don't think that.
Well, I agree with Jamila. Biden is silly for that. Keep the meds, run it all, tell the truth, blame the devil.
Mm-hmm. I know that's right. Tell it all.
Yeah,
Biden, you don't look like the bully in this situation. You don't look like the smear campaign kind of guy. You just stating facts. Negative. I haven't seen a positive ad about Donald Trump that he has endorsed. So, is what it is at this point.
It is. It really is. It is what it is. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into these debates.
Yeah.
We had one last night. That was the first vice president official debate for this election. Who watched?
Definitely watched. Yeah, no, listen, it was the first and only vice presidential debate. I actually think they conducted themselves much better than Trump did in the previous debate. I will say this: there was some frustration that people weren't answering the question.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a politician, or when you're in the media, or when you're in a debate, you never answer the question that is asked. You answer the question that you want to answer.
Yeah.
So I actually have to give props to both of them for kind of evading the question at times. Now, it's not right, because a lot of times you do want to hear what the answer would be, right? Like, you do want to know, has Pence talked to Trump about what it would be like if he can't be president anymore because of his illness? And, you know, if Pence would be ready to step in. But I think there is also some cleverness in not answering. But I will say, clearly, first of all, let's just censor Senator Harris. I just first want to say she did the damn thing. Like Senator
HU
did the damn thing. She was so good, so on point. It's clearly that she caught him off guard a couple of times. I loved when there was a back and forth about whether the Democrats are going to pack the court. Then she said, if you want to talk about packing the court, let's talk about the fact that you have all these judges out here and none of them are black. And he couldn't respond. So there was just so many good moments. I will say, of course, Pence did evade a lot more questions, and he absolutely did exaggerate and lie on some things. I think both of them kind of exaggerated on some, but he definitely just lied. Like there was a comment that he made about playing politics with people's lives, and that is all that Trump does, like literally. So there was a lot of issues with some of his responses, but I also, before I give the shout out to the person to the thing that stole the show, I want to say that the people who are commenting on the fact that Kamala did such a masterful job in being a Black woman in that space, answering those questions, trying to pull back and trying to not do too much I just want to highlight and just salute all Black women, but especially all Black women for the challenges that you all have in your day-to-day life and trying to maneuver life. So I definitely want to do that. I want to highlight the fact that Kamala was an awesome representative for herself, her family, and I would say certainly for Black women if they so choose to have her as a representative. And I do think that the moderator could have done better. I think that there were times that I think that she slipped up and didn't call Senator Harris. And she called herself, and I know Kamala was gracious about it, but I'm glad that she called herself. Like, put some respect.
It's Senator Harris.
Yeah, period. So
reclaiming my time.
Put some respect on my name.
Yeah,
don't play with me. Don't play with me.
So, I would just have to say, I hope that people did watch it. It was actually really cool. And, again, to the thing that sold the show, The Fly. I mean, how do you not know a fly is on your hair for that long? I don't know. But
how does it not move?
I don't know.
Like, even flies come on and off of Call of Duty. Like, that fly did not move.
Chilling.
Like,
yeah. And you know what? A lot of people have commented on the fact that the fly came around the time that Pence was answering questions about race relations. Basically, like the fly could smell the BS in that. So it was poetic justice for sure.
And that's what they're saying. The fly didn't plan on staying there that long, but the fly was tired of the lies. You know what I mean? So he ended up just staying a little longer. He was tired of it and became such a hit. I was here for all the memes, the hashtag of why does Pence, the rabies looking eye, the COVID eye, I've seen it called, all of it.
Yeah. Flash on is a good name.
Well, shout out to The Fly and shout out to you, Corey. The ladies appreciate the love.
Oh, yes. Of course. And then my final topic for tonight is about what else but voting. Okay, vote. Like there's no other comment about it. Vote. And I actually want to give my beautiful co-host a time to speak on this. But read the directions. Whatever you are planning on doing, if you are planning on mailing your ballot, or doing early vote, or actually going to your precinct on the day of November 3rd, please make sure you read directions. Precincts are changing due to COVID. There are stipulations regarding mail-in ballots and things like that. So just please read up. Please make sure that you have everything you need to do. And if you have any questions, there are offices and people who are dedicated to help you. And I'll leave a wonderful story or an important story to my colleague.
Okay, so I voted last week, and I took my mother-in-law to vote because I just wanted to do something together. And I when we went, we both had out, And we took it with us thinking that they were going to make us use those same ballots. But when we got there, they actually took the ballots from us and disposed of them. I mean, it was in a trash can in between the two ladies, but they asked for them back. So I say that to say, if you register to absentee vote in this election, but you decide, you know what, it's a day, I got time, let me go to my voter registration office or to my polling place for early voting and go ahead and vote, make sure you take your valid identification with you and make sure that you take your absentee ballot that you received in the mail. You still will be able to vote early. Nobody should tell you that you cannot vote because you cannot vote in person because you've opted for the absentee ballot. But take it with you because they will ask for that back, so you cannot vote. So that was my experience. That's my piece. And Corey, I always appreciate the information that you give us. And you know, I knew that in November, but thank you for.
And just to clarify,
take it seriously, please, please, please vote.
Please, yeah.
Just to clarify, because I think there were some technical difficulties, but the main thing that Jena was saying is that you do need to actually bring your absentee ballot if you do decide to go in to vote instead.
For sure. And if I could just add one quick thing, if you vote ahead of time or you're voting absentee, you free on election day. If you can spare the day, volunteer, y'all. We need poll watchers. We need to make sure people aren't being turned away for the very issue that Jena just raised. We need to make sure that people have the opportunity to vote. They need folks at those polls. They need, I know a lot of people are doing voter registration tables and different events leading up to it. I was just walking on a walk and they were already outside kind of promoting where the early voting locations were and people volunteering time to kind of get you registered and informed. So yeah, like, beyond voting, feel free to volunteer as well.
And I actually want to shout out the people who are actually volunteering, because there's a lot of places, if you do try to sign up and register, they will tell you that they are overwhelmed with volunteers to run those booths. So shout out to y'all for really making a big difference. This is a very important election. And yeah, Corey, do you have anything else for us?
No, that was all. Just please vote. Please look out for information. There is information and people that's out there to help you. Like, definitely take a moment. If you have any questions, ask. Like, don't be afraid to ask the question. And also do not be intimidated by what others may do at the polls. There have been stories about people of a certain political party or following a certain political person that will go out there with flags and all type of stuff. Do not be intimidated. This is your right. You absolutely have the right to go vote. Please exercise that right. And as somebody has said before, voting is just a tool. So once we vote on November 3rd, we'll have to make sure that we have some patience because the results may not come in immediately that night. So do not throw away November 3rd as a loss or whatever you may think. Just wait, because it's going to take some time because there's so many absentee ballots. It's going to take some time for all the precincts and areas to all the states to count all those ballots. So give yourself some time. If you're going to watch the returns on November 3rd, just decompress, take it back. Just know that it's not the full story. And we're going to be patient with it for sure. We're definitely going to make sure that we take our time when we're looking at election results. But I just want to say, do not be intimidated. Go vote, do what you need to do. And as somebody said before, voting is a tool. Make sure that we continue to do what we need to do after voting as well.
Amen.
And a quick shout out to Old Navy. Aaron mentioned that they're paying their employees to volunteer on election date. That's awesome. All right. Well, let's get into our own debates, okay? So around here, you know, we do like to argue, to be clear.
And I have time today.
Well, let's argue. So, given that this is an election year and Black Lives Matter is at the forefront, there's been a lot of conversations about how Black people conduct themselves. So, my question to you all is, do Black people have a personal responsibility to their race on reality TV?
Can we? So some context. I think obviously is that a lot of people are calling Monique Samuels on Real Housewives of Potomac ghetto, and so there's been a lot of conversations about what that means because, as we all know, at least for the New Jersey cast, there are white women on those shows who be rumbling and tumbling too. So why is it that Monique, when she rumbles and tumbles, that she's called ghetto? So, but I don't. My personal feelings is that I feel like everybody should be personally responsible for the tribe they come from. Maybe not necessarily responsible for all Black people because we are not a monolith. So, and then you kind of get into like respectability politics a little bit. So it's kind of all over in there. It's kind of, it's a touchy subject.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think it aligns with stereotypes, right? And assumptions we make about Black people, and as if all Black people fit into a particular category or are supposed to represent themselves in a certain way. I mean, I think that any person on television will want to represent themselves and their family in a certain way, but to give them the whole responsibility of the Black race, do we do that for any other race? Like, I don't think it's fair to hold people to that standard. But certainly, it's because Black women in particular have these horrible stereotypes about being aggressive, being loud, being strong in a way that is too much. So whenever there's something that perpetuates that, then we get back to this conversation about like, as a Black woman, you on TV doing this. I can't.
Yeah, I think that the overcorrection is definitely racist, but my problem too is that some of these things I feel like Black women, they perpetuate. So it's kind of, if you see that there's a conflict on the show, it's almost like you're owning this as Blackness in your attempt to correct another woman. And that part, I don't appreciate. Like, I can definitely get with the fact that, you're a mother, you're a wife, you're a respectable adult per Jena. Those things, when people are acting a certain way, I can get with. But I too hate when the conversation goes back to, oh, that they say that Black women, we like this and that and da 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 da, and you made us look bad. And I don't think that's fair.
To your point, Kathia, when I went on my little baby rant, about Monique, I never said you're a Black woman, you are embarrassing me, you have an extra responsibility. I would say that to any white mother and respectable adult who thinks that it's okay to put their hands on other people when they are their children, their husband, they are not being threatened or physically threatened. You were antagonized. So at best, I don't care what you look like, you need to have self-control. Point blank, period. And the fact that you don't bothers me. I'm not going to. My first answer for this question is yes. I do think that Black people have a personal responsibility, and I think that Black people on reality TV in particular are aware of that, and they navigate their persona and their image accordingly for that. I don't think that it is something that we are putting on them. I think that it's something that they are aware of, that they embrace, that they just move through their experience on reality TV. Like, and it's not just Housewives. Like, Omarosa was an aggressive competitor on The Apprentice, and because she was an aggressive competitor on The Apprentice, who just happened to be a Black woman, you're an angry Black woman. And you know that. You know that's what's going to happen. But it's not going to stop you from being an aggressive competitor. Mm. So just because somebody says it doesn't make it true. Mm-hmm. And I kind of lost my train of thought. But at the end of the day, the way that it seems to me is that when we start to hold people accountable, the thing that bothers me is when Black people bring race into it for Black people. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't like that whole Black women, we should do better, we know better, I fight with my words, I do this, and I understand those points, but those New Jersey housewives, for example, as you mentioned, Corey, they don't call each other together because that's not in their vernacular, but that does not change the fact that their behavior is the same. They just don't use the same words. Like how Richard, Denise, she called that girl raggedy. Same thing. So for me, the words that are used, yes, it is a connotation. It is a black connotation to it. But at the end of the day, in my mind, the way that I see all these women that I watch faithfully, it is the behavior is all the same. And you can call it what you want, but I think that the word ghetto is just a vernacular thing. I don't see their actions as being different across races or across franchises or anything like that.
So raggedy is the white word for ghetto, is what you're saying.
This is
good to know.
It
Okay. Okay.
Well, since Potomac has been the topic of conversation, obviously, I think at this point, everyone has seen that fight happen. But Amy J raises a good question.
Absolutely.
Should Monique be fired?
Absolutely not.
I think so. I don't think so. And I don't like what Monique did.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think she should be fired. And I don't agree with what she did.
Right. I don't agree with what she did, but I think the other part that was missing, me and a good friend were talking about this after we watched it. Where was the grace? Where was the compassion from these women? And just like, she made a mistake. Let's give her some time to regroup, to figure stuff out. But to completely write her off, I don't think she should be fired at all. We didn't see way worse on television. She slipped.
Let's be clear. Monique definitely should not be fired. But when you ask about where is the grace, where's the remorse?
Right.
Like, and I think that's what I'm having a hard time with, because it's like she wants to put on this tough girl act, like it's almost childish. Like, Monique, this is not high school. You don't have to prove how tough you are. As Robin said, like, she went there and she was still confrontational. And I think that is crazy for you to still be mad about something, or to say that your adrenaline is still going about something an entire week later. Like, girl, calm down.
At a meeting that you asked for, like, you asked to explain yourself, and you're still telling me that you're on 10, you're still fired up and ready to go. That meeting did not seem like she was trying to explain herself. That meeting felt like to me that she was trying to see who was mad and who thought that she was right and wrong. Like, you wanted to know who your squad was. And to me, if that was your intention, you still mad.
My question, I have a question for that question. Does anybody on the first season of Atlanta Housewives, does anybody remember that one woman who was never asked to come back to the next season? What was her name?
Deshaun Snow.
From Eric Snow Wife?
Yeah, we know her.
Okay, y'all do know her, because I don't remember the name. My point is this. You have to give a little bit of something to the camera to keep on TV. So it's like you have to do something, and that's just her contribution to staying on TV. So know that she should not be fired. In fact, she gave them probably a certain level of views for that show because it was building up. They, of course, showed it. I understand that they showed the entire thing. I'm sorry, I did not watch it. But I mean, no, she should not be fired. She should definitely be, feeling pretty comfortable to come back to, next year and the years after she turning up. Thank you, Amy J, because I didn't know that lady name to save my life. I was like, I know Lisa, I know Nene, I know Kim. Oh,
because she was just there for the one.
Just couldn't remember the other one. Yeah.
No, we know her. But I think to your point, you're right. It does create a show. But I will say, they'll tell you about in reality TV, you have to be careful about being isolated, because once the cast starts freezing you out, then that's what makes it difficult with being on the show. Yeah. So, and that's part of the thing as far as Monique's her accountability, as well as her being able to move forward with the castmates, because it will ultimately make a decision if nobody wants to film with her.
Yeah. I'm assuming people felt the same way about Kelly Price and R&B Divas because she was off the chain. Okay?
That show messed me up with her, with Chrisette Michelle. Like, I just was off them after that show. It was unfortunate, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It hit a little different. It hits a little different.
A little bit. It's okay, boo. Welcome back. You're just in time for our Battle of the Browns, honey.
I have to apologize to the good people. I am not at home. I'm on vacation for the Libra season, and the Wi-Fi is a little glitchy. So my apologies. Let's get into it.
All right, so today's Battle of the Browns, it is fall, and apparently the people here have been waiting for fall, okay? My BFFs, they've been waiting for September already. Yeah. Listen, if you know me, I'm a summer person, but I'm going to go ahead and get into these fall looks because they are a good time. And so for our Battle of the Browns today, we actually have a little something different. We're going to be looking at some boots. There's snakeskin print knee boots. And these are done by Paris, Texas, but I feel like this is a good conversation because I'm sure a lot of the ladies have something like this in their closet. So we have Lala Anthony.
Okay.
Everybody know Lala?
It looks good.
I know. Yeah, that's Lala in 2020. That's cool. Looks great.
And then here we have a Duxie. That's Ludacris' wife.
Okay, I was going to
I was going to help you.
Okay.
So if I'm going to describe their outfits for the people who can't possibly see but they're listening, it looks like Lala has a very white beat on her face. She has long hair to her navel. Dark brown. She has on a gray jumpsuit. Is it a gray jumpsuit?
No, that is a crop top and leggings.
Yeah, she has on a sports bra. And
that's what it is.
It's a workout set.
Absolutely.
It's a workout set.
Yeah.
It's a workout set with boots.
Oh, we're gonna get into it, Court Boone. Don't you
worry.
We'll
take that pause.
And then Ludacris's wife, who has on these she has on this oversized denim jacket with some beads, I think, and black track pants.
They look like leggings, black leggings.
I was about to say they're just leggings. Leggings, an oversized t-shirt, a denim jacket, and the snakeskin knee boots.
Mm-hmm.
Ludacris' wife is giving me PTA all day. She can say, I just picked up my kid. We got a parent-teacher conference. I need him to make sure he's good to go. She's giving me listen, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I feel like she's giving me PTA, parent-teacher conference style. Lala is giving me I'm gonna do this for the gram type of situation. I don't know where is she at, Lord.
That look like this. I see a car in the background. She in these streets.
But she in these streets.
Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead and vote.
You did all of that, and you didn't tell us who you got.
Listen.
He like the PTA mom.
I do like PTA mom. You know, she giving us a good. We know she's involved. Well, first of all, we know Lala is involved in her son's life. Let me not.
I'm about to say don't.
We definitely know Ludacris' wife is involved in somebody's child life. Okay, because she's rolling up like a mom for real. Okay, I gave it to Ludacris' wife today.
She's giving mom realness.
All right,
mom realness in 2020.
Shalena, you can go. I need a minute.
I want to hear what y'all have to say because Mrs. Ludacris, I forget how to pronounce her real name. She looks like she's going to Walmart to me, not to PTA. I'm sorry. I can't say that the boots are the best with either outfit, but it's something about La. I don't know if it's because I got an outfit like that. I don't know. It's something about La that I can rock with. I know.
Did you wear it with them boots?
I didn't, but what it's something about Lala that I can maybe work with. I don't know. I want to hear what the fashionistas got to say, but it's hard between the two of them because I'm not loving either one. But La, I don't know. And the pose, y'all usually comment on, but what about the angle of the pic? It's a great angle for La too. Like she here with it. Is she in these streets? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it would be great if the outfit made sense, but she has on athletic wear. And I know we are all home. We are in quarantine and loungewear and athleisure is popping. But to your point, like you said, she got on a workout set and I'm absolutely not feeling it with these boots.
I don't like either of them. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, to be clear, Lala is missing one thing that goes with boots.
Okay.
A jacket. If she had on a motorcycle jacket, if she had on a fur coat, if she had on a denim with a python lining or something that brought it all together seasonally, that it looked right for a season with boots, Lala hands down. But Mrs. Ludacris got that memo, just grabbed the wrong jacket.
Yeah.
And the thing, okay, there's a very big difference between effortless and I don't care.
Wait a minute, we're on the line. What line?
No, we're not on the line on this one. Mrs. Ludacris don't care.
Don't care. Okay.
She don't even care that somebody took a picture of her. She don't care that she don't care. And Lala don't care that she in these streets potentially getting hit by a car. So, and to be clear, I have a picture. I have plenty of pictures in the middle of the street without traffic. I get it. It's a very Instagram photo op thing to do. I get it. I get it. For me, I feel like Lala just forgot to put her jacket on, and Mrs. Ludacris, I think this might have just been kind of like one of those. What do they call them? Off guards. I think that's what was going for with this one. They're both beautiful women, but Lala just needs a jacket, and Mrs. Ludacris needs to tie a knot in that band tee. She needs to open up that jacket and look at the camera. So I'm gonna give it to Lala because there's less to fix it.
Well, somebody said they are so sick of seeing these. I ain't gonna lie. Let's go ahead and get into the comments. Okay, Raina. Now, I don't even know if this is shade or not. She said yes to the fitness apparel and boots, but the laugh after is like telling me that this is a no.
It's total shade.
It's a laugh for me.
Is Jamila says she doesn't understand it, but Lala looks great. Yes, great hair and makeup day. Absolutely.
Beautiful women. Beautiful women.
Beautiful women.
Lala's rocking those boots.
Mm-hmm.
Dominique isn't here for any of them. It's a no for
I don't like
her.
her either, Dominique. Girl, I'm with you, but the least amount of fixing is Lala.
Throw a jacket on, Jena says. I'm going to do it with my workout. Jamila had put in a comment, Shalena has that outfit in her closet. You're right. I don't know if I have the boots, but I've got the outfit. I'm going to throw a jacket on, get some of them boots. I'm going to see if I can freak you. Put me on a bed.
Yeah.
Put me up against La.
Said, I'm ready. Don't get caught with something that somebody else got on because you're going to make it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But let's get into some other ladies. You all know we love to talk about verses here. We love to predict them. And it just so happens that the Toni Braxton versus Mariah Carey, y'all heard it here first. Toni actually mentioned that if she were to do one, she would go against Mariah Carey or Mary J. Blige. And we already told her what to do, which now leaves Mary J. Blige. And we are looking at Mary J. Blige going against Faith Evans. This is a long time coming.
Yeah.
To be clear, everybody, we did a little conversation about this.
We didn't start a track list.
Did.
Go with what song, like what song would Faith put up against this Mary song?
Mm-hmm.
Because we all know that Mary's albums sound like a deck of cards, like
yes.
And her hits. So the question is, hit for hit, song for song, who y'all got? Like,
Mary is the
album
queen.
for album. I know that Shalena loves a full project.
Just drop Share My World and let it play for the whole verses. You know I love a good album.
My life first and foremost, but it's fine.
Oh my goodness. Shit. Okay. We digress. Hit for hit. Back to the core verses.
Oh.
Hit for hit. Who y'all got?
Mary.
I love Faith all day.
Mary.
I love Faith all day. Faith is so good. Faith is so good. But I gotta give it to Mary. I'm sorry. My life alone, my life saved my life. I was up in high school feeling like I knew what it felt like to be a 30-year-old Black woman in New York, okay? I felt it. I felt her spirit in it. Mary is just Mary. Crispy chicken and all, okay? Listen.
What? You didn't have to bring up the crispy chicken. That was
but don't call her auntie, though. Don't call her auntie, Rashida.
I did.
She did get smart. She did get smart. We've talked about the vocals and Corey and I as vocalists.
Yes.
We can speak to Faith's range and her ability, but when you talk about the hits, I gotta go with MJB. Yeah. I gotta go with MJB. I mean, hit for hit, the choreography, it's Mary for me.
Well, somebody said that they're not sure this is a good matchup, but remember back in the day, like Faith actually, she came out to basically go against Mary. I feel like that's what caused the rift in her and Puffy's relationship, right?
Somebody said that.
Somebody did. Yeah, he started focusing on a new artist, and Mary wasn't getting her work in.
Yeah. And Mary, Mary was struggling. And he started putting some energy, but yeah, he manufactured both of them, so that would be interesting.
And I think we can't deny the fact that Faith has definitely had some hits. Okay, they played "Love Like This" at a graduation before, like at an HBCU.
Yeah.
Mary, Faith definitely has the hits, the classics.
That catalog.
Home, Georgie Porgy. Like Faith definitely put in her work. I love to look at her tribute that she did on the BET Awards or one of those award shows a couple of years ago. So she has the hits, but I think just as an overall catalog, I think Mary inches her out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So who's the better singer?
Oh, Faith. I'm sorry. Like
she's trying to be smart. She's trying to be smart.
Clearly, but Faith.
She's trolling, as she likes to call people out for. She's trolling.
I would never, but since our vocalists love to call themselves vocalists, there isn't a challenge going around it. Somebody said that they want to go ahead and hear y'all hit that Deborah Cox. Vocalist.
I am so mad that you did that.
You know what? Your girl set you up. She did.
She did.
First of all, that's a different range. I know my range. There's a contralto. Okay? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to attempt to do a Deborah number. I'm not. Now, you put me down with that Jasmine Sullivan challenge. That insecure challenge, I can give you vocals. I can do that challenge. Deborah, I'm not going to play with that. I've dabbled in it. I've sent it to my cousin to listen to. But I think my range is better suited for the Jasmine Sullivan challenge. I'm not going to do that here either. But I'm just letting you know.
Well, let's go into something that you can do for us. Somebody said take care of yourself, Dr. Hurd, okay?
And Dr. Hurd here. Just giving This is the segment where I just give a little tip, a little shout out, a little word. Not as your official doctor or psychologist giving you treatment, but just as your girl that happens to be a psychologist. And I wanted to speak to this virtual learning situation. I've heard from teachers, I've heard from parents. I'm working with children who are really struggling. And I know we laugh and we see the videos and the memes, but I think this setup has really given us a sense of what home life is for a lot of kids and the balance that school requires for a lot of parents and for kids who don't have the technology set up, who don't have the space to do work somewhere without distractions, right? So I just want to encourage everybody to be kind to these families, be kind to these parents, check in on your teacher friends, check in on your friends that have kids. If you're a parent, check in on your kids and have conversations with them about how this is going for them. I've spoken with a lot of kids whose anxiety is through the roof. I've spoken to a lot of kids who find it very hard to stay focused with virtual learning. And I think this is a unique opportunity to really understand what your child's learning style is and to get a glimpse of what school is like for them and to work collaboratively with schools and with teachers to make the learning environment more conducive to their learning style. So I just encourage y'all to check in on your kids, check in on your teacher friends, check in on these parents about how this virtual learning, I think, is just requiring a lot from everybody. But more than anything, I think we can take care of each other by working together to make this the best possible experience because it was just so unexpected and something we're just kind of figuring out as we go.
And shout out to our regular, one of our regular co-hosts, Dominique Kelly. Awesome. Dominique Jones, excuse me. Awesome in the building.
Yes.
Well, we have reached the somebody loves you part, and this is where we have to get some of our people together. So go ahead and hit us for us, Corey.
Somebody.
Oh, wait, you can sing that, but you can sing that.
Listen, I can do that. I can do that.
Okay,
I'm not giving you different cocks. We're not doing this tonight.
Do it.
Yeah. Anyway, whoa. Somebody loves you, baby, and you know who it is.
Boom.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to get into Daniel J. Cameron. And for those of you who don't know, I think at this point everybody knows he is the Attorney General on the Breonna Taylor case. And I think at this point, when it comes to him, we are all frustrated. We often talk about people who look like us having a seat at the table and being able to make a difference, being able to stand up for justice. And when we see the opposite, it's hurtful and it's painful to watch. So we know that this man has a job to do or whatnot, but some of this, I think, has gotten very personal in some of his comments that he has made to the media and him wanting to address people's opinions and him specifically talking about celebrities. And the reality of this is none of this really matters, but I am over the idea of people reaching a certain point and deciding to be classes. Like, I think that you're taking shots at people just because you've reached a certain point in your career and you've decided that you know best or everyone else is not intelligent enough to speak on the matter. And to be clear, my team is degreed up, and I'm going to let you know that none of that matters. You can get this scholarly read, you could get a hood read. At the end of the day, all of these opinions are valid, and you're going to hear them because you serve the people. And that's my word for him. Anybody else?
That's on you.
Edges have been snatched. You've covered it.
Yeah.
I volunteer to tribute for the bread.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, he has been dragged so well by so many people, especially Black women. As we talked about earlier, Megan had a performance where she used a clip of Tamika. Oh gosh, I think her last name is Tamika Mallory, who gave a really powerful speech after the grand jury decision was made, and talked about the fact that, you know, all skin folk are not our kinfolk. And Daniel Cameron out, and I guess he felt some kind of way about not only that speech, but making use of that speech in her performance on SNL. And it's just like, why are you butthurt? Why are you not using this energy to try to bring justice to Breonna and her family? Like, it's absolutely trash what you're doing. I think he's himself a part of the good old boys club with the Trumpsters. I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's absolutely trash. You absolutely need it together. Get it together. You're a disgrace. He's trying to keep the grand jury, members of the grand jury, silent. So he's like doing everything he can try to do to make it seem like what he did was right. But as we talked about earlier, he's probably just trying to do what's white. So let's stop. Let's stop this now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it kind of brings it full circle with the things that we're talking about accountability on reality TV, and, you know, you're no better. The thing of it is like, take race out of what is being said about him. The bottom line is you're no better. And the fact that this was a Black woman and that these are issues that affect Black people, you should care more because you have that responsibility. That's your birthright, to be responsible as a person of color for people of color. We are not against each other. We are in this together. And for you to reach that level of affluence and accomplishment, and that's what you choose to do with your power to Black people, I'm not here for it. You can take a long walk on a short pier and kick rocks with open-toe shoes on. There's nothing in me that will ever respect anything that you think logical or not attack. And you're getting read because you need to. And you're getting read eloquently, and you don't need to know where these people come from. What they're saying is true. It doesn't matter who is saying it or where they come from or how accomplished they are. What they are saying is accurate and valid. Get over yourself. And if you don't like it, shut us up.
That part.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got for the hood read.
Well, around here, we'll end on a positive note. So we got to get into that. Are you that somebody? And this is where we get to shout out dope people doing dope things. And today we have every little detail. Go on, Shalena, and let us know about Miss Kelly.
Yes. Every Little Detail is a company owned by my favorite cousin, Kelly Brantley, and it specializes in customizing everything that you can think of for any event. So she can do full customizations for bridal showers, for weddings, for baby showers, and also does event planning. So if you're planning a baby shower, a bridal shower, a wedding, Kelly can meet all of your needs. She created one of my favorite cups, the Favorite Cousin cup with my name on it that I sip off pretty regularly.
Oh, your other cousin.
Yes, she's made these for girls' trips that I've hosted with friends. Had them for a few years too, and as you can see, lettering still on. And just has done T-shirts. Yeah, has done all types of things, and again is moving and branching out her business to include event planning as well. So please hit her up. You can find her on Instagram at Every Little Detail 30, or yours truly, Kelly. You can message her directly. She loves to have conversations. She loves to bring people's visions to life. I'm just so excited for her to be stepping out and doing this, and want to continue to support her doing great things.
Absolutely. Well, we're at the end of today's episode. And for those of you who don't know, we are every other Thursday. And our next episode is going to be on October 22nd, 2020. You can follow us at Somebody Said TV on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Am I missing anything?
No.
You got it.
Subscribe. Yep.
All right. Well, guys, we like to get y'all ready for y'all weekend. So we're going to go ahead and end off today's Somebody Said TV with Hot Boy.
Hey.
Guys.